Everything's good? Are you Mr. Johnson? He's nodding yes. So I have reviewed the police report. I do find probable, actually, he came in on an arrest warrant. I'm sorry.
Sir.
Probable cause was found for one count of aggravated assault with a weapon. Bond would be set in the amount of $5,000. Count 2, armed trespass in an occupied structure, also $5,000. We would order no contact with the victim alleged, no return to the location where this is alleged to have occurred, and we can appoint the office of the public defender. Good?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Now interpreter, right?
That's correct.
So we're going to get an interpreter.
Hello, Cisco Unity Connection Messaging System.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Dalia Romero, Spanish interpreter on the line, already sworn in. Sorry for the delay.
That's okay. I still think might still be morning though.
Oh, is it?
We've got 2 minutes to 12, and that clock is fast. It's actually 7 minutes to 12. Or 1. Is that 12? 12, yeah. Well, good morning, Ms. Romero.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Okay. So I think we do have someone at the podium. Can you ask her if her name is Madeline Gonzalez, please?
Correcto.
That is correct.
Okay, I do find probable cause for one count of disorderly conduct.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes.
this is going to be executed.
Oh, a plea?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
I can approach it.
Has she signed it already?
Yes.
Okay. If you can have her raise her right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Lo juro.
I do swear.
And you told me that you're Madeline Gonzalez, and Miss Gonzalez, what is your highest level of education?
Hasta la universidad.
University.
Okay. You're able to read and write Spanish, is that correct?
Eso es correcto, inglés también.
Yes, and English as well.
Okay. And are you currently under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or any medication?
No, me encuentro más de 24 horas detenida.
No, I have been detained for more than 24 hours.
And is there anything wrong mentally or physically that would interfere with your ability to understand what we're doing in court?
No.
No.
So I do have your plea form here, which was just given to me. Did you read, understand, and sign this document?
Sí.
Yes.
And you're entering a plea of no contest to one count of disorderly conduct, is that correct?
Correcto.
That is correct.
And you're waiving the right to have a trial by doing this, do you understand?
Sí, lo entiendo. Correcto.
Yes, I understand. That's correct.
Okay, so I do accept the plea, which is freely and voluntarily made. Ms. Gonzalez is alert, intelligent. She understands what we're doing here today. She is represented by competent counsel. And I believe we are adjudicating her.
No, Your Honor, it'll be a withhold credit time, sir.
So it's a withhold of adjudication, credit for her time served. She'll be released today. And what are her court costs?
It's gonna be 270.
273? Okay, 273 court costs. And we can have those reduced to a civil judgment, okay? Okay. Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. Good luck. You have 30 days to appeal.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Romero, I know we have I think 3 more.
No problem, Your Honor.
All right, and he's putting on the headphones now. All right, are you Mr. Rafael Gonçalves Baez?
Goncalves, bye. Sí.
Goncalves Valles, yes.
Okay, we do find probable cause for 1 count of solicitation of prostitution. We can set his bond in the amount of $500.
I apologize, Your Honor. I do have a PC argument for this case. The affidavit just identifies that this client was willing to do anything. There wasn't really any specifics. This whole encounter was about a minute long. We would be arguing that there's no probable cause at this point because the officer did not indicate what anything really means. It's just an assumption.
Is this one or the next one? The offered to pay $100 in exchange for the undercover deputy performing sex with him. Am I looking at the wrong?
$40 one.
Oh, this is the $100 one.
I think they have the same last name,
Oh, they do?
from what I saw.
Is this Ramos Garcia or? Can you ask him his name again, please?
Rafael Goncalves, bye.
Rafael
Yeah.
Goncalves,
He's the $100 one.
That's
Okay. And I didn't get the affidavit for that one. I just saw him on the docket, and so, Your Honor, we would make the same argument if the facts were the same.
I think this PC here specifically mentions the act, so $500 bond, and we can appoint the office of the public defender to represent him, okay? Thank you, sir.
Oh, okay, gracias.
thank you.
All right. And, all right. Can you ask him if his name is Carlos Ramos Garcia?
Sí, soy yo.
Yes, that's me.
And does the state want to respond to the probable cause argument?
I mean, Your Honor, this defendant is offering to pay $40 in the area is a high area of prostitution. I think offering to do anything, coupled with money would amount to solicitation of prostitution.
Your Honor, we would be arguing that anything could be anything. It could be working at a car wash. It could be working anywhere. The cop wasn't specific in indicating what anything meant.
I thank you, I understand that in a high prostitution area, I think there's probable cause here. So we do find probable cause, it's set on the amount of $500, and we can appoint the office of the public defender. Thank you, sir. Okay, and Ms. Romero, I think, let me check. Speaking, oh,
You have one more.
one more, great, okay. If you could ask him if his name is Carmelo Lorenz Montanez, please.
Yes. Sí, sí.
Yes.
All right, so he was picked up on a arrest warrant for failing to appear, and his bond is set in the amount of $500. And I think he's out on release in an Osceola case, I think.
Yeah, Your Honor, in regards to his out on bond, I would like if you take no action because he was transferred from Osceola on that case where he was released, on a 30-day motion.
And that's fine. I wasn't going to do it anyways, based on an FTA. So he is out on release. We're not going to take any action there, but he does have a $500 bond on the failure to appear, okay? And Ms. Romero, is he able to hear you?
Sí, estoy escuchando.
Yes, I listen.
Pero yo ahora mismo no tengo yo no estoy fiado de allá, yo terminé mi caso allá en Kissimmee.
But I don't have a bond in the case in Kissimmee. I finished my case over there.
Llevaba 48 días preso, 38.
I had been locked up 38 or 48 days.
Yeah, and we took no action on that. He didn't appear for a different court date, and he has a $500 bond on that.
Ok, gracias.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You speak English? Yes, sir. Fantastic. Thank you, Ms. Romero.
You're welcome, Your Honor. Have a good afternoon, and
You too.
everyone have a Merry Christmas.
And
Thank
you too, okay?
Thank you.
Are you David Carpenter? All right, Mr. Carpenter.
Your Honor, he would like to waive the readings.
Okay. 2 counts, that's I was going to set bond the amount of $5,000 as to each count, order no victim contact. He's not to possess any weapons or firearms as a condition of release as well. And we can appoint the office of the public defender.
I apologize, Your Honor. Is there no contact order in this case?
Yes.
And,
I think there was even before this case,
okay.
the injunction, okay? Did we get them all? Yeah, no contact. And no firearms, no weapons. Okay? Okay? Thank you. Are you Landria Thompson?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We have somebody here. Well, she's coming in here. I do find probable cause for 1 count of domestic violence battery by strangulation. And good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, can you raise your right hand? You swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. And your name, please?
Sabrina Williams.
Ms. Williams, and what is your relationship with Mr. Thompson?
He's my boyfriend.
Okay, do you live together?
Yes.
Okay, any children together?
No.
Okay. Now, I read the police report, and you may have been the victim of a battery. The issue is whether he's going to be allowed to have contact with you if he's able to get out of jail today. Do you want to have contact with him?
Yes.
Are you in fear of him?
No.
Has anything like this happened before?
Similar, but not to this extent.
Okay. Ever called the police on him before?
No.
Okay. All right. And if he is able to go home, there's nothing anyone here would be able to do to protect you, though. You understand that?
I understand.
And if something happened, you'd have to call law enforcement, okay?
I understand.
Okay. He does qualify for pretrial release, so he doesn't have to put up any money. He'll have to check in with pretrial release, and we do order that he have no hostile contact with you as a condition of his release. Did this involve any alcohol or drugs to your knowledge?
No.
Okay. All right, and we can appoint the office of the public defender, okay? Thank you, Mr. Thompson. Ms. Williams, good luck to you, okay?
Thank you.
Are you India, is it Epps?
Yes.
Okay. I have reviewed the police report. Do find probable cause for domestic violence assault. And good morning.
Good morning.
Afternoon. It is afternoon. Can both of you raise your right hands, please? And do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, so ma'am, let me start with you. Can I have your name?
I'm Christina Mann. I'm his mother.
You're his mom. And your name, sir?
Xavier Jones.
Mr. Jones. And Mr. Jones, what is your relationship with Miss Epps?
That's my girlfriend.
Girlfriend. Do you live together?
No.
No. Okay. And if she's able to get out of jail, do you want to have any contact with her?
Yes.
Okay. And Mom, do you have any thoughts about this?
It's fine.
It's okay with you?
Yes.
Okay. She qualifies for pretrial release. Are you in fear of her?
No.
Okay, all right. So she can be released to pretrial release. The condition is that she have no hostile contact with you, sir. If anything happens, you'd have to call the police, but she's going to be able to get out of jail today, okay?
Okay,
All right, we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent her.
thank you.
Good luck. Are you Antonio Harmon?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Harmon is here. All right, Mr. Harmon, I do find probable cause for domestic violence battery. And there might be somebody here. Good morning. Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can put your hand down. And your name?
Una McLeod.
I'm sorry?
Una McLeod.
Gotcha. And what is your relationship with Mr. Harmon?
That's my children's father. That's my children's father.
Children's father. Do you live with him?
No.
No? Okay. And if he's able to be released, do you want to have any contact with him?
No.
Okay. Because we can order that, that's fine, okay? Who do the children live with?
Me.
And do they have, is there a visitation arrangement?
There needs to be one.
Okay. Is there somebody,
His mother.
brother,
His mother.
mom can help with, and do you have any objection to him visiting with his children?
I have no objections.
Okay, okay. Okay, he does not qualify for PTR. We can set his bond in the amount of $1,000, order he have no contact with the victim. She says you don't live there. Does he have any personal belongings at your house that he would need to get?
No.
No, okay. So no contact at this point. He can see his children, and that would be arranged through intermediary mother, okay?
Your Honor, just for clarity, so mother is the point of contact for visitation with the kids?
Mother or any other trusted person that they both agree on.
Thank you, Your Honor.
He's in pretrial diversion. It looks like I don't intend to do anything with that right now, so just, we'll deal with this, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, good luck. Ma'am, thank you. Are you Mr. Malloy, Joseph?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right, Mr. Malloy. You were picked up on an arrest warrant for domestic violence battery. Looks like you do qualify for pretrial release. That's fine, but we would order you have a no contact with the victim alleged. If you reside together, you do need to maintain separate residences while this is pending.
Your Honor, if I may, did pretrial release have an opportunity to speak to this alleged victim?
There was no victim contact information given to pretrial release, so we couldn't make contact.
This is kind of a similar situation where it's his wife and children. They live in the same home together. We would be asking for no hostile contact, or at least
I
an
can't
arranged.
do that without,
Right, the victim.
I mean, some people object when I take pretrial's word for it, which I typically do, but if no one's been able to speak with her, I can't do that, okay?
Would the court be inclined to at least have an agreed-upon party so he can see his children?
Sure.
Thank
If, and is there someone that you both know and trust that could, and who would that be, sir?
Our Uncle Kevin or a couple other mutual friends, sir.
Uncle? you
Uncle
said-
Kevin.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a friend of the family.
We
or,
can start with him, so their uncle Kevin can be an intermediary, or anyone else they agree to, until the no contact order is lifted, okay? You're not to use any alcohol or non-prescription drugs while this is pending too. I did read something about alcohol. Those are the conditions of release, okay?
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, and we can appoint the PD to represent you. Good luck, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Your Honor.
PTR.
Oh, PTO.
no contact. And the separate residence is, of course, he can return with law enforcement one time to get some personal belongings.
Oh, Your Honor, and if I may, can this client have a one-time assist with law enforcement to retrieve some
Yes.
belongings?
Yes,
Sir.
Good luck, sir. Thank you. Go ahead. Pretrial release. You don't have to put up any money. They're going to require you to check in and you'd have no contact. You can talk to your lawyers and they can try to get that no contact order lifted. But they got to get the judge to do that, okay? Okay.
Yep.
They're going to advise you on what's expected of you, but you don't have to put up any money, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. You guys
Good luck.
You too.
Thank you.
Are you Pablo Munoz? Yes, sir. All right, Mr. Munoz, I do find probable cause for one count of domestic violence stalking. You do qualify for pretrial release, which is okay. With me, you're to have no contact with the victim alleged. That's very important. Otherwise, you'll probably be here for a while. And we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender, okay? Okay. He can be reset tomorrow, I suppose.
I apologize. Yeah, yes, Your Honor, if we could reset this.
Are you Mr. Boyd? Mr. Boyd is here. He was picked up on a warrant for failure to appear. Right now, he is at no bond, and we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent him, okay?
Your Honor, would the court be inclined to afford a bond to this client?
It's not my warrant, and we're really not supposed to do that. So there are exceptional circumstances from time to time, but it's very rare, so I wouldn't do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Are you Mr. Copley? All right, Mr. Copley, we do find probable cause for petty theft from a merchant, third or subsequent offense. We'd set your bond in the amount of $1,000. Order you have no return to the Walmart at 3101 West Princeton in Orlando, and we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you, okay? Thank you. Are you Omar, is it Dennis Williams?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, afternoon. Let's see, you got a couple of things going on here. Your new case, we do find probable cause for burglary of an occupied structure. We'd set your bond in the amount of $5,000, order no return to the Plaza Theater as a condition of release. We've got you out on bond in case number 21MM1340. Based on the new arrest, that bond would be forfeited. We can appoint the Office of the Public, we will appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, the bond was revoked in the other case. Okay, thank you.
I use the word, Judge Craner told me it's technically forfeited, and he's my bond guy, but it's revoked, forfeited, whatever. Are you Mr. Gibson? All right, Mr. Gibson, we do find probable cause for possession of cocaine, I believe. We can set your bond in the amount of $1,000. We can appoint the PD to represent you, okay? All right, good luck, sir. Thank you.
Your
Okay, he was FTA, no bond. Do you want him to come back, or
Yes, Your Honor, I'll have an opportunity to speak with him tomorrow.
we can reset him tomorrow? Are you Mr. Harrison?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Harrison, let's see. All right, so, Mr. Harrison, your new case, 21 CF 16114. We do find probable cause for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Bond would be set in the amount of $4,000. Count 2, loitering or prowling, $100 bond. Looks like you're out on bond in 21 CF 15292. And that bond would be revoked. We can appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you, okay? And are you Mr. Hawkins?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Hawkins. Hi, Mr. Hawkins. So we do find probable cause for several things here, 5, I think. Count 1, carrying a concealed firearm. Bond would be set in the amount of $1,000. Count 2, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Bond would be set in the amount of $4,000. Count 3, possession of cannabis greater than 20 grams with a weapon. $15,000 bond. Count 4, possession of a controlled substance with a weapon. That comes in at no bond, but I think he's entitled to a bond on that.
Yes, Your Honor.
$2,500 bond there. And count 5, possession of cannabis with the intent to sell or deliver with a weapon. That's also $15,000 bond. And we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent Mr. Hawkins as to this case, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Are you Mr. Jackson?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Jackson is here. All right, Mr. Jackson, we do find probable cause in your new case for resisting without violence. Bond would be set in the amount of $500. And it looks like he is out on bond in 21 CF 12888. Has the state filed on that, do we know?
I will check right now, Your Honor. That's in the other case, Your Honor, 2021 CF 1288.
Yes.
I don't see the state's filed on it yet, Your Honor.
There's just, Madam Clerk says he got a trial set in February. The police report indicates
That is correct, Your Honor, it is.
Okay.
So, yeah, the state did file, December 3rd, they filed on all 3 counts in the other case.
Police report indicates that he had a warrant for his arrest, but I don't see that they actually served a warrant. It's unclear to me why the police officer was stopping him. Was it mistaken identity because he was a witness, or was he trying to serve a warrant on him? The police officer says, I conducted further investigation which revealed the subject had an active Orange County warrant for battery under warrant number 21 CF 15626. 21 CF 15626.
Well, they did serve that on him, Your Honor. He should have 2 cases that he's seen on today.
Okay, do I have 2 here? Because
There's also.
oh,
battery
one of them's
in the-
not attached, so I'm sorry, that is here. And that's a $2,500 bond, okay. And then, yeah, that's why, now it makes sense, I'm sorry. So the case he's out on bond on, based on the new battery charge, that bond would be revoked. Okay, so Mr. Jackson, I'm sorry. And we can appoint the PD in your new case for you, okay?
To my bond revolt?
Yes, sir. Based on the new warrant, yes. Okay. Thank you, sir. Are you Mr. Larinaga? Okay, Mr. Larinaga, 2 cases. Case number 21 CF 15104, you were picked up on an arrest warrant. 2 counts of burglary and occupied dwelling, $5,000 bond as to each count, 3 counts of attempted burglary of a conveyance, $1,000 each as to those, with no, conditions of release that include no alleged victim contact, no return to the alleged locations. Your other case, 21 CF 7975, there is was a warrant for failing to appear, and that's a $1,000 bond there, okay? And we can appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
What's the return to?
I'm sorry?
What's the location I'm not supposed to return to? My house?
Well, we might be able to help you out here.
My fiance lives?
$752 Northwest Moreland Drive.
Liza.
Your Honor, would he,
Can't have my truck?
can he have a one-time assist with law enforcement, Your Honor?
Yes. Okay. And the next one I have was Evan Riddle.
What's the booking number, Your Honor?
21028141.
Robert Loomis?
Evan Riddle. Oh, AKA, he has an AKA, you're right. AKA Loomis, and you said he? Refused, okay. He can be reset tomorrow.
Your Honor, would the court be inclined in giving him a bond today?
Yeah, it's $1,000 bond. If you would like to waive, that's fine with me.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, it's a fraudulent use of personal identification, $1,000 bond, and we would appoint the office of the public defender.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Are you Miss Lynch? Okay. This might be Miss Miracle? Okay, let's see. Okay, 21 CF 16108, there is probable cause for abuse of elderly or disabled adult. That bond is a $1,000 bond with condition of no contact with the victim alleged.
Yes, sir.
She's out on bond on a no valid driver's license. I may just leave that as is, okay? All right. So no action as to that $1,000 bond. The new case, and we can appoint the office of the public defender.
Thank you.
This is Jennifer Felix. Okay. The police report, I have references something else which I don't have, but I know the facts because I think I did the warrants for the other two. So I guess Ms. Ibrahim, we got a couple of options. She can be reset, or there will be probable cause based on the warrants I signed last night or the night before. And I saw the other two today at juvenile court, I believe.
She has 3 cases?
No, she has one case, 2 co-defendants. Well, look, she was arrested for accessory after the fact for a home invasion robbery. Okay, I think hers is an F2 because the other 2 come in an F1. There's not probable cause in the packet I have here. What I'm telling you is there will be probable cause, so I don't know if you want to waive and we can talk about a bond or we can bring her back tomorrow.
Yeah, because the documents I have, we were going to argue I have nothing for probable cause. So I'm assuming you're allowing a 24-hour.
Does she want that?
Well, I'm going to ask.
That's fine with me, but she's entitled to a bond, so we can do that tomorrow or today.
Your Honor, I believe she already bonded. Was there a $2,500 bond placed on this case?
Yes.
I believe she bonded at 11 a.m.
Okay.
We haven't processed it yet, so she probably like paid the bondsman, but it hasn't processed on our. Not yet.
So that would be processed then today.
Yeah, it should be today if she's paid, but there will be probable cause. If she's already bonded out, great. I'll set her bond amount of $2,500. That's what she came in on. I'll find probable cause and we'll let her go home, okay? Now, she's to have no contact as a condition of release with the other 2 young folks involved. They're currently in the juvenile detention center. And they'll be there for 21 days, but she's to have no contact with them, okay? Okay, thank you. Good luck, ma'am. Are you Mr. Preston?
I apologize, Your Honor.
Okay.
Was the public defender's office appointed to the last case?
Yes.
Thank you.
So Mr. Preston is medical. He can be reset for tomorrow. Okay. Are you Mr. Ramkawallen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you were picked up on a warrant failing to appear, and right now it is no bond.
Your Honor, we would be asking for a bond in this case. It appears that the address on the driver's license and through the clerk of courts is his correct address, and client is stating he never got notice of his court date, so he's requesting a bond in this case.
Even from my public defender, he failed to contact me, my
It's not-
emergency contact.
But he's out on bond, though. He's also the bonding, you're out on bond? There's a lot of people,
I think it's just, the only documentation that I have is he has one case open, 21 CF 3965.
I presume that's it, but I don't know the nature of the court date. But the judge who signed the warrant wants him held no bond. So he's going to have to raise that with the assigned judge,
Yeah, I believe there were some changes in the court dates as well.
okay?
Oh.
And who's better to get to the, I understand the issue. I just cannot disturb. If this is one of those, the answer is no. But if there's something unique, then we can talk about that. But if he was out on bond, the bonds company knows it, he's got a lawyer. There's several layers of protection here, okay?
I agree, and not only that, Your Honor, the nature of the charges as
I
well.
saw that as well.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, yeah, so it's, he'll have to go see the judge, okay? Sorry.
You're gonna have to take it up. You're gonna have to take it up with the judge.
Are you Mr. Salazar? Yes. All right, Mr. Salazar. Case 21 CF 16102, we do find probable cause for one count of possession of fentanyl. Bond would be set in the amount of $1,000. One count of retail petty theft, $100 bond. One count of possession of drug paraphernalia, $100 bond. Condition of no return to the scene of the alleged offense, of the alleged theft, I mean. Case number 21 MM 9074, we do find probable cause for resisting an officer without violence, and we'd set your bond the amount of $500, and we will appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Okay, thank you, sir. Are you Mr. Nelson?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Nelson. I think you have two cases here. Your first case, we find probable cause for possession of cocaine. We'd set the bond the amount of $100. Also probable cause for possession of drug paraphernalia in open container, $100 bond each. Your other case, which is 21 CF 6457, you were picked up, you had a warrant for failing to appear, and that bond is $500, okay? And we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, for clarification, on the possession of cocaine charge, you said 100?
Cocaine, 1,000, and 100 on the other two, okay?
Good, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Santiago, good?
Would I be able to do the fail to appear here at this jail?
Yeah, that was Orange County, wasn't it? Yeah, you can bond out here, sure. But the failure to appear, I think, was Orange County, right?
Yeah, it was in.
Yeah, you can take care of it all here, yeah.
Yeah, I could just do all my time here. I don't have to move around and, okay.
Yeah. Pay the bond, go home.
Thank you.
Good luck.
So are you talking about your Seminole County failure to appear?
Yeah.
No, you'll have to take care of that in Seminole County when you finish Orange County charges.
All right. Oh, I have to go over there.
You're welcome.
All right, you're Kiana Warren?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Warren. 21 CT 3893. Failure to appear warrant, that's a $2,000 bond. 21 CF 6324, also failure to appear, and that is no bond, okay? We'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent your interests, okay?
Your Honor, this client would be requesting a bond. Is the $2,000, because I only have just a warrant, no case numbers. The $2,000 bond, is it a different case or different count? Same judge?
Well, different case numbers. 21 CT 3893 is the 2,000, and the no bond is 21 CF 6324. So that's not one's a traffic case, the other's a felony. Okay?
And client is requesting to have a bond. I believe this FTA was quite a while ago, and she didn't have knowledge of a court date.
I just can't, it's extremely unusual that I would disturb another judge's warrant, and he or she had a reason to hold you no bond. So absent something unusual that I can verify, I just wouldn't do it. Okay, I'm sorry, ma'am. Kimberly Wright? You, Ms. Wright? Ms. Wright, also a warrant for failure to appear. The judge did give you a bond in the amount of $500, okay? And we can appoint the office of the public defender. Okay, thank you.
Is it already done?
Who are getting out of jail?
Are you Mr. Koza?
How you doing, sir?
Good, Mr. Koza, how are you?
Good.
All right, so, Mr. Koza, there is probable cause for racing in a roadway. And Mr. Koza does qualify for pretrial release, so that's fine with me. Mr. Koza, we'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You need to participate in pretrial release. They'll instruct you on that, and you're not to race a car as a condition of your release, okay?
Of course.
All right, get out of here. Good
Thank
luck.
you, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Tyler Olson?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Olson is here. Hi, Mr. Olson. Probable cause is found for driving with the license suspended or revoked. And we'd set your bond in the amount of $500, and we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, he should have another case.
He has two? I'm sorry, hold on one second. You have another case. 21 MM 9067, one count of resisting without, one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, $500 bond count one, 100 count two. And we can appoint the PD on that as well, okay? All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. Let's see, are you Mr. Astro Rodriguez?
Elderly Dormo. Elderly Dormo.
Yes, Jose?
Yeah, Elderly Dormo. I'm here for trespassing.
What's the booking number?
The next one I have is 21029627.
They bonded.
Bonded, okay, thank you. And this isn't Antonio Bruce either.
Elderly Dormo, so I just got.
Okay. Antonio Bruce is 21029619.
They bonded, Your Honor.
Okay. The next one I have is Elderly Dormeal. That's you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And in 21 MM 9070, there is probable cause for trespass after a warning. That's a $500 bond, also no return to the same location. He's got open cases of trespass.
Your Honor, we would be asking for conditional release. Appears that this client is ICTP.
Correct. And what is ICTP?
Well, ICP, so he's incompetent to proceed.
Okay, so that's what he's got you, okay.
That's what they're gonna do?
And he's previously been released with conditions, is that right?
I believe on the 21 MM 5590, but if I can have a moment to double check.
Yes, on all the cases, the 21 MM 5590, 21 MM 3361, 21 MM 943, all those cases, he is determined to be incompetent to proceed. They usually take no action on those cases, but we still have to let the IA judge know about those open cases.
And that's fine, we can take no action. And what do you want to do with his new case?
Your Honor, we'd be asking for ROR and conditional release to just comply with whatever his conditions are in his other cases.
Mr. Dormel, where do you live?
Downtown Orlando.
Do you live in a
Coalition.
coalition?
So can I get released today, brother?
Get a what?
I'm getting released today, right?
That's what we're talking about.
All right.
We got to find some way to keep you from going
I'm not gonna
to
get
Church Street.
I'm not gonna go there no more. Swear to God.
Well, you've been there a lot.
This is gonna be the final time.
Okay. We can release him on his own recognizance with the same conditions of his conditional release, plus no return to 54 and 55 West Church Street. Okay, Mr. Dormel, be careful.
Yes. So I'm getting released today, right?
Yes, we can appoint the PD. Thank you.
And that was no action on all his out-on bonds, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, are you Cynthia Lee?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. All right, Ms. Lee, we do find probable cause for a trespass. Let's see. And we can set Ms. Lee's bond in the amount of $250. In order that she have no return to the location 102 Armada Court, okay? And we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender, okay? Thank you, ma'am. Are you Giovanni Mazzella?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Mazzella. Okay, you have a couple of things. In case 21 MM 9073, there is probable cause for resisting without violence. We'd set your bond the amount of $500. You do have a out-of-county warrant, which is no bond. That's a Volusia, okay, Volusia County. That's no bond. So what we'll do is we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Arrangements will be made to get you to Volusia County, okay?
To get there, you need the bond out here. Your Honor, just for verification, they're not transporting unless he bonds out. Okay, yeah.
presume that would be the case, yes, okay. Look, is there anyone who can help you bond out from here?
Maybe, yes, sir.
Okay. Look, I can ROR him on that. He's still got no bond. If it's going to get him to where he needs to go, that's fine. I can ROR him on the resisting without. It's not the crime of the century, right? Okay.
Thank you, sir. Like, all I've been trying to do is trying to figure out how I can get to my city.
Okay, well, this will allow you to get back, but you have to be transported, so Volusia should make arrangements, okay?
Yes,
All
sir.
right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Are you Joel Mills? This is Mr. Mills. Mr. Mills, I do find probable cause for one count of battery. It doesn't indicate that it's domestic violence battery, but I didn't study the police report. But we'd set his bond amount of $500, order no contact as a condition of release with Ashley Allen. Does he live with her?
We was co-eds in a room house.
Do you live with her now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because you have to, while this is pending, no contact with her, okay?
Yes, sir.
But you can go home, and we'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you, okay? All right, thanks, sir.
I still have a FTA on.
He's got two things?
No, he has a violation of parole, but that's not seen at IA's.
Okay. That's not me.
Your Honor, believe you said he can return to his residence, however, believe that she is also at that residence?
Well, if they need to maintain separate residences, so if she lives there too, he's gonna have to find somewhere else to stay. So separate residences, no contact. He can return one time with law enforcement to obtain his belongings, okay?
Thank you.
And the next guy probably bonded out. It's Alfredo Nazar-Cantera.
I don't have him on the docket, Your Honor.
Yeah, what's the booking?
His number is 2102-9624.
Bonded.
Okay, thank you. And are you Mr. Ryan?
Sir.
Cody? Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so we would find probable cause for domestic violence battery. Bond can be set in the amount of $500. It looks like they live together, okay? So right now, we're going to order no contact with Joseph Villanueva. You do need to maintain a separate residence while this is pending. He can return one time with law enforcement to obtain his personal belongings, and we can appoint the Office of the Public Defender, okay?
And Your Honor, did pretrial release have an opportunity to talk with the alleged victim?
The case didn't come in as domestic, so we had no victim information.
Your Honor, would the court be inclined to do a bond reduction as this client can't afford the bond at this time?
$500. It's domestic violence battery, it would typically be $1,000. I treated it as a misdemeanor battery.
I don't believe this one's domestic. It's just the battery charge,
Well,
so.
I usually
that
do
change?
1,000 or 1,500 for domestic. I know it's a misdemeanor, but simple, I treated it as simple battery. Mr. Ryan, where do you work?
I just started working, actually. I just started, I start my job this 2nd of January.
And what kind of work are you doing?
I'm an assistant at a salon. I just left my other job this past October.
And have you had a chance to call a bonding company?
I wasn't able to. I got the list from after I talked to pretrial.
Well, they're typically going to look for 10%. So that's going to be $50. I don't know if it gets,
It'll be 100. They don't do 50.
it'll be 100, okay?
And Your Honor, he doesn't qualify for direct PTR?
I don't know, does he?
No, they didn't qualify him.
Okay. All right, Mr. Ryan, good luck.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. And, this guy I'm sure bonded out, but Alex Valderreyes, inmate number 21029625.
Bonded.
Also inmate number 21029626.
Bonded.
And how about, are you Mr. Zellers? No. This is inmate number 21029579.
Bonded.
Okay. Mr. Kirkland?
Yes, sir.
That's Mr. Kirkland, okay. So, Mr. Kirkland, you were picked up on a out-of-county warrant, Osceola, and that bond is $4,000. And do we know, was that for a failing to appear? Does anyone know? I just don't have a copy. We don't? Which one? Yeah, FTA, okay. All right, so I'm not going to take any action on the bond he's out on, 21 CF 14326? Okay. We won't, but he's got a $4,000 bond on the failure to appear. We can appoint the Office of the Public Defender, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that bond is posted already.
Okay, if you already posted it, it could be being processed, and once they're done, they'll get you out of here, okay? Are you Mr. Magavaro? Magavero? All right, so you got a warrant out of Lake County. Right now, it's no bond, okay? So arrangements should be made to get you to Lake County. We can appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent your interests while you're here, okay?
Yeah. Your Honor, this is kind of a unique circumstance. I believe this injunction was out of Orange County, so it's kind of unclear why it's in Lake County. The petitioner lives out in Lake County. I believe the incident happened in Orange.
Well, if a Lake County signed the warrant, I can't do anything with that, so, sorry. You're not Mr. Prasad, are you?
No, sir.
Okay, did he bond out, which is 21029598?
He bonded, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're
Okay,
Mr.
What was
Renteria.
that again, Your Honor? I'm sorry. The previous? Who bonded out?
Chetram Prasad?
That's 210-29598.
Yes, bonded out.
Yeah, we had a,
Good.
I think there was no bond on one of those he bonded out.
Is there? Let's see. They were high, but look, I'm showing bonds on all of them.
Yeah, there was I was contacted last night with this. I mean, there was a pretrial detention motion filed yesterday.
Are we talking about, this is an out-of-county warrant, though? This was Osceola,
Right,
Ninth Circuit? Okay.
yeah.
Well, Chatram Persad, the cover sheet I show shows a bond on 7 counts. So they can still file a motion, but
The thing is that they caught him from, he was in the airport heading to Egypt.
oh, gosh.
Yeah.
But Mr. Renteria is here. Okay, Mr. Renteria, you've got, looks like he was picked up on a new charge, 1 count of resisting an officer without violence, and that bond would be $500. 1 count of grand theft of a motor vehicle, and that would be a $2,500 bond. And he's out on bond in 21 CF 8627, which I show as burglary of a structure. And that bond would be revoked, and we can appoint the office of the public defender. Okay.
Your Honor, would the court be inclined to take no action on the burglary of a structure case?
Theft,
Client does-
theft, I typically wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Are you Mr. Swilly? No? Because I've got a Sade Swilly 21029607.
Bonded.
Bonded, okay, thank you. And you're Mr. Salgado? Okay, Mr. Salgado, let's see what we have here. All right, so probable cause is found for 1 count of criminal mischief, and that would be a $1,000 bond. We would also order no return to the location of the alleged offense. And we can appoint the office of the public defender to represent Mr. Salgado, okay? Thank you. Are you Mr. Brown? All right, Mr. Brown. So Mr. Brown was picked up on a warrant for violation of community control. Let's see. And that is no bond at this time, and we'll appoint the office of the public defender to represent his interests, okay? Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Your Honor, on Ms. Denson's case,
Yes.
do you have a small argument?
Okay, you're Ms. Denson?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, yes, ma'am.
We would be asking for bond in this case as there's a warrant that was issued for a case that allegedly happened back in May. However, Ms. Denson has been on probation and has been complying with her probation, and I believe it's community control as well. They had an opportunity to serve her with this warrant for quite some time now if this was an issue. I think the timelines here and why this warrant was randomly issued in December when she's been on probation since 2019.
So the new 2021 CF 15533, she came in on a warrant for battery,
An alleged battery charge that happened back in May.
one prior, and that was a bond amount of $1,000. And she's on probation in 18 CF 10289, is that right?
Yes, sir. Well, the alleged violation is just this new law that she was just served with. Other than that, it appears that she's been complying. There isn't anything else being alleged. So we'd be asking for bond on the VOP.
So it's a probable cause finding for violating probation based on the new arrest, or the new warrant. And does the state have a position here?
The state would object, Your Honor.
Okay. And again, it's just difficult for felony probation for me to make decisions without knowing a history. So, sorry, that would be no bond on the on-view VOP, okay? And we'll appoint the PD. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And I'm sorry, Your Honor, you left the battery charge at 1,000?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And no contact.
No contact?
We're here.
Are you Mr. Hernandez? Yes. Okay, Mr. Hernandez. Looks like you were picked up on a violation of probation warrant. The judge is indicating no bond at this time, and will appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent your interests here, okay?
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
thank you.
Are you Mr. Keller? No, okay, Mr. Keller can be reset. Mr. Lyman?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Lyman. Let's see what you have here. And Mr. Lyman, do you have a stable place to live?
No, sir.
Okay, where are you staying currently?
Right now, I'm staying at the Coalition, the homeless shelter.
Okay. There is probable cause for violating a city ordinance regarding panhandling. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance, though. Be careful, okay? He might also be out on bond on a possession of ROR in case 21 CF 5079. I'm going to take no action as to that. That's a possession case. All right, Mr. Lyman, so you're able to go home, but please be careful, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good luck.
Merry Christmas.
You too. Thank you. I've run out of cases. Good? Okay, all right.
I have one, I don't know, Loomis, Robert?
He refused.
Oh, Loomis refused?
What page is that?
Was he an AKA or no?
Yeah, that was the one with the AKA.
And I have one more, Danielle Randall Leon. Booking is 210-29626.
They bonded.
Thank you.